watch film. He literally says, I could sit here all day and watch film. And I'm like, oh, I love football, so I get it. As you have aged, do you watch less film, more film? How obsessed are you on preparation, Eli?
Yeah, no, watch a lot of film, and so my really my routine has been the same, really for the last 14 years, and it's been back then it was kind of before you had film at home all the time, but I used to I had my own computer that I had to buy the software that we had at the Giants and brought in my computer every week so they could download all the film so I could watch film at home. Of the opposing team. So I'm the same way. You can watch film, you got to love the aspect of watching film just because, the reason I enjoy is because that advantage. Just, you're watching something, you see a tip. Hey, when the safety lines up at this depth, they're playing this coverage, or, when they show this look, they're coming with this blitz. And for you to be able to get to the perfect play, say, hey, coach, when I see this blitz, what are some plays we can get to, or what do you want to get to? I can see it. I can get to this play. And so if they want to bring that, perfect. Let's bring it on. I hope they do bring that blitz because I got the play that can beat it and get us a touchdown or get us a first down. So it just, that's what excites you. And you know what's coming and you can get to the, you have the perfect call, where you're going, and you feel that from that preparation, watching the film, studying all the tendencies, studying players, their weaknesses, who to attack. It gets you excited to play the game because you feel like you got an edge.
Yeah. You have been a great spokesman for the league. You're the least controversial guy in the NFL, but for a few weeks this year, Eli Manning was embroiled in a New York sports story, and I remember thinking during this, I'm like, Eli Manning is driving home, Mr. Non-Controversy, and he's embroiled in this headline, and I'm thinking, oh, God, he hates this. This is just not who he is. When you were in that 2 or 3 week thing and you were going home and talking to your wife, was it the low point just because you're not a controversy headline-seeking guy? Was it rough for you?
Yeah, I mean, this whole year was rough. Not winning many football games and going through a losing stretch and start losing your players to injury and then having to miss a game and not be the starter. All of that was very challenging. It was tough, but it was a reminder just from the outpour of support I got from ex-teammates, from other players, reminded me, that, hey, I got to be a good teammate during this as well, and be a good teammate to Geno and support him and do what's best for the team. And, that's what it's all about. It's about, it's still about the relationships that you make in this game and, the support I got from, fans and people all over reminded me that, you want to, it's important to be a good person, to handle your business and it's not always how you handle the good times, it's how you handle the bad times as well.
Well, that comes from good parenting as well. You're with the Courtyard Super Bowl Sleepover Contest. Courtyard by Marriott is giving one lucky fan the sleepover of their dreams, letting them wake up at the stadium on Super Bowl Sunday in Minnesota. On top of that, Courtyard's giving 2 pairs of Super Bowl 52 tickets each day. Eli, you've been a great steward for the game. Courtyard Super Bowl Sleepover Contest by Marriott. Eli, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks a lot, Colin. Great talking to you.
All right. Eli Manning. Drew Brees stops by this hour as well. Here is Christine with the news.
No. Heard on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Bill Belichick went out last night in Minneapolis. What would we say if any of the players went out last night, or what would he say to them? We have photo evidence of him, Bill Belichick, and his girlfriend, Linda Holiday. They were courtside last night at the Timberwolves-Bucks game.
What a beautiful couple. She's a beautiful lady, and he's a handsome man.
Okay. That's what you took away from this. But they were out last night, and this isn't surprising to me because Bill Belichick and Tom Thibodeau are actually very good friends.
Yes, I've heard that.
And Thibs would show up to Patriots practice all the time, and I know when the Celtics were in the playoffs, Bill Belichick would actually come into the locker room and give speeches to the team before the game, so they are good friends, and Thibs was asked about his relationship with Bill, and here's what he had to say.
His record speaks for itself. He's maybe the greatest coach of all time. I've watched him up close. I've seen him in meetings. I've seen him on the field. I've watched their teams a long time, and You know, I'm thrilled for him because I know how much he puts into it, but just as important to me is I'm a New Englander, so that's my team, and I watch every game. I love watching him play. I don't take any of that for granted. I know how special he is and that team is. And so I hope he never leaves. I hope he coaches 25 more years, but he's an amazing guy, amazing coach.
You can see why they're friends, right?
Yeah.
Their voice never changes the inflection.
You know what they are,
It's
Christine?
honest
They're
enough.
serious people.
Very serious.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are not as serious. And by the way, I'm not saying serious people. Maybe sometimes they need to lighten up. But Bill's a serious guy, and Tibbs, these are serious people. What they love deeply. They care passionately, and they don't have time for a lot of noise on the periphery. They're just serious people.
I've seen Tibbs, though, have a good time.
Hey, I
I've
saw
seen him make a
Belichick
joke.
on Nantucket magazine. That looked like a good time.
It sure did. And, you know, he looked like he was having a good time last night. I'm kind of surprised he went out to enjoy some basketball.
Maybe he's very confident. Seen the film, feels good about
You're
it.
just making conspiracy theories over there. This is not surprising to me whatsoever because I think the entire country is sick right now, and the Eagles are not immune to it. It turns out that the majority of the Eagles team does have a sickness. There's something going around. It's probably very similar to what I have because I think everyone has that. But even Doug Peterson has been affected by this sickness.
Wow.
You know who's not sick?
Who?
The Patriots.
So they're all.
Sick. Yeah. I mean,
If you're sick now, though, don't you have 2 days to get over it?
yeah, I've been sick for a month and a half.
I know, you've been
This
sick.
isn't the kind of sickness that just goes away real quick, and I think this is what a lot of people have. So I'm sure, I mean, I'm still functioning, so I'm sure they can function too, and you probably, you know, take some legal drugs,
Sure.
and you can go out and play and be fine for a few hours, but it's still not the best thing.
Good stuff. Good,
I
good
have
journalism.
more.
Oh, yeah, more.
Oh yeah, I actually went to Philly to get that story. That's where I was
Excellent.
on Tuesday. I probably infected them. And finally, I used to love watching Jeopardy as a kid. I would go home after school and watch Alex Trebek. Did you do the same? Did you like Jeopardy?
A little bit. You know, when you're 12 years old, it's a little heady. But I would say of all the shows I watched Match Game, which is way too old for you.
Yeah.
Match Game with Gene Rayburn.
Okay, I don't know.
That was my favorite. And I would say Jeopardy was number 2. My parents liked Jeopardy more than I did. I had a girlfriend once that was really smart. She watched Jeopardy every day. Yeah.
I love watching it, but yesterday there was a football category, and the people on Jeopardy did not do well, and Alex Trebek was pretty embarrassed for them, and I have to play this for you.
Football 200. Your choice. Do or don't name this play in which the quarterback runs the ball and can choose to pitch it to another back.
Silence.
An option play. Ryan?
Football 400.
I can tell you guys are big football fans. Yeah. Tom Landry perfected the shotgun formation with this team.
Silence.
Dallas Cowboys. Do you think we should go to commercial? Ryan?
Take it on to 600.
Okay, by signaling for one of these, a returner can reel in a kick without fear of getting tackled. Fair catch. 2 clues left, Ryan.
800.
These penalties are simultaneous violations by the offense and defense that cancel each other out. And they are called offsetting penalties. Let's look at the $1,000 clue just for the fun of it. Jimmy?
As Minneapolis' U.S. Bank Stadium prepares to host Super Bowl 52, I'm looking at the Ring of Honor with names from this defensive line that took the Vikings to 4 Super Bowls.
If you guys ring in and get this one, I will die. Who are the Purple People Eaters? We're going to take a break.
I love how even Alex Trebek is like, really, people? You don't know any of these categories? To be fair, I think you and I would get all 5 of those correct.
Yes, yeah.
But in any of the other categories, we
That's
might
right.
not do
like
so
Russian literature,
Yeah.
polka dancing, forestry.
well. I might know a little about polka dancing.
Listen, I've played Jeopardy. Anytime I play with somebody, I always hope for one thing.
Yeah, sports.
Sports categories.
Yeah,
It's the only time I have ever had a chance with anybody I've ever played with. If you give me a little sports and a little geography, I'm good with geography and I'm good with sports. Rest, not so much.
I'm good with geography except for stuff around Minneapolis. That's real confusing to me, that whole area.
Yeah, St. Paul. Yeah, that whole thing.
Sports Jeopardy, though. I do like that show.
All right. Christine with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
Watch